Alright guys, we got a surprise recording drop, or at least a surprise for me. Token released a song today, and it's called 5 a.m. in Boston Freestyle. I hate the use of the word freestyle, like I've said before. I call it a free verse, not a freestyle. But anyway, YouTube kind of sprung this one on me because I was listening to music earlier while I was donating plasma, and all of a sudden this popped on, and I knew right away because of the album that he said was dropping that this was a new song. So this one I got a preview of first, but it was just a one-time through listen. I do got the lyrics pulled up underneath, so I want to try and break this down a little bit because I really liked what he was saying in the video. So for our sponsor for the video today, again, it's going to be Humblebee. In case anyone is curious, again, this one is Purple Punch. This one, I looked it up, it's Laser Wolf. That's what I had in there. Galosa. And last but not least, Blackberry Punch, which is probably the tastiest of them all. This Galosa is not bad. This Laser Wolf isn't bad. I don't know if I'm that big of a fan of the Purple Punch, which I really like Purple Punch normally. Anyway, let's get into this 5 a.m. in Boston freestyle here. Let's see what Token's bringing to the table.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to be here. The album coming soon, you know.
You know.
Alright. Diabetes was the reason granddaddy lost his leg. I fucking hated him, I told my girl that he deserved it. She wondered what he did to make me feel like he had earned it. Did he do something aggressive? Did he do something perverted? I never told my girl about my granddaddy's lore. He lost his first leg, then my album dropped. The more that I got busy, she related to my granddaddy more. Cause she lost me around the first leg of the tour. And no, it wasn't cause of groupie fans that I could gather. Can't forget.
Okay, so there, I'm going to talk about this, break it down a little bit. So he says, diabetes was the reason Granddad lost his leg. I fucking hated him. I told my girl that he deserved it. She wondered what he did to make me feel like he had earned it. Did he do something aggressive? Did he do something perverted? I never told my girl about my granddad's lore. His granddad's lore is his way of thinking, his way of belief system, all of that above. And I'm going to go ahead and make an assumption here, just like I'm going to make another assumption in the other part of the video that could end up biting me in the ass, could make an ass out of me and you. But anyway, my assumption is that his granddad was quite racist. And that he's talking about his granddad being racist. That's why he didn't like him. That's why he hated him. And that. And he said, I never told my girl about my granddad's lore. He lost his first leg, then my album dropped. The more I got busy, she related to my granddad more. So his granddad lost his first leg about the time that his first album dropped. And the more he started getting busy, the more his girlfriend related to his granddad. Not as in like they started hanging out, but she started to get those same racist thoughts. And he never told her about his granddad's lore, so that's why he's saying he didn't tell her that his granddad was a racist, but she started to get racist as he got busy because the people that he was out on tour with and people that he was hanging out with were largely African American. At the time, what the fuck's my neighbor yelling about? Sorry. We're gonna go back on that. Okay. Hang on, dude. He's still babbling. Okay, so he was saying, because she lost me around the first leg of the tour. So his first tour leg is when she decided that they were going to be done for. But when his granddad lost his first leg, that's when she started relating to him and becoming more racist because he was busy. That's what he's trying to say there. And it wasn't because of groupie fans that he could gather, because he could have been slaying it with girls that were probably black girls, also white girls too, but it wasn't because he was out there doing cheating and messing around. That's what he's saying. So let's get into the next leg here. This is another assumption that I have to make, but he seems pretty specific in what he's talking about. So we'll go through that in just a second.
Was it cause of groupie fans that I could gather? Can't forget that night in Cali, meeting one of my favorite rappers, and he had his arm around some young girl with his lyrics tatted. Couldn't help but feel that he had taken advantage of his power. I never mentioned it after. I just held it down. I took a picture with him, fans flipped the fuck out. I think it was my most liked photo for a minute. He never shared it, maybe cause he knew I knew what he got hidden. My label name's never too different, cause the only thing I'm proud of is not trying hard to fit in. Learning disability is why they took me out, but putting me in a smaller class landed me in a bigger house.
So here, he's talking about, can't forget that night in Cali meeting one of my favorite rappers, and he had his arm around some young girl with his lyrics tatted on her, I'm guessing. Which makes me think that she probably was 18, but then again, maybe not, because people are getting tattoos that are younger than 18. So I don't know. I don't know what he was saying there. But he said he couldn't help but feel that he had taken advantage of his power over this woman because she's got his lyrics tatted on him. So she's clearly going to be eager to do whatever he wants. And maybe he took advantage of that. I never mentioned it after. I just held it down. I took a picture with him. Fans flipped the fuck out. I think it was my most liked photo for a minute. And I think it was his most liked photo that I could find. And I believe it's a photo with Lil Uzi Vert. It's the only rapper that makes sense. The photo was in California. It has a ton of likes on it. And of him, pictures with celebrities, it's the only rapper that I can find that would make sense. So, that's who I think he's talking about there is Lil Uzi Vert. That's a bold accusation, I know that I'm saying. But I'm fairly certain that I pieced the puzzle together, and he's talking about Lil Uzi Vert there. Then he says, I think it was the most like photo for a minute. He never shared it, maybe because he knew I knew what he had hidden. Like, he knew that he was fucking around with a girl he shouldn't have been fucking around with. Then he's like, my label's name's never too different. So when he was on Atlantic, he's saying that they were keeping shit hidden and fucking around too. Because the only thing I'm proud of is not trying hard to fit in. Learning disability is why they took me out. So that's why they're saying that's why his label took him out, because he has, I believe he has, it's not autism. What the hell does he have? It's a learning disability though, like dyslexia. He has dyslexia, and he has one more thing too. That make it harder for him to rhyme and put words together, which makes it all the more impressive that what he puts together and what he does. But he also, I know, paid $150,000 to him to get out of that record, so there was more to it than that. But that's why he said, but putting me in a smaller class, so no longer in the record label class, just on his own independent thing, landed me in a bigger house, because now he's living in $1 million home these days. So then we're going to get back into it here, and we'll see what else he's bringing us here. Oops.
Is why they took me out, but putting me in a smaller class landed me in a bigger house. My sister called me special ed and she got grounded for it. That kid called me a stupid Jew and he got laughter from it. Both were said to make me feel like I was lacking something. Both of them were low-key right, my brain was slow, my drop just wasn't dropped. To me is more important. I wish I was a natural, but drop to be the best is how I became international. And if I wasn't lacking something, I wouldn't be driven to make a forward I lacked by working harder than the rest of you. I told her wait by the vestibule, she said
All right. We'll stop it there. We'll break that down quick, because the next part doesn't really correlate with it. So, excuse me. He says, my sister called me special ed because he might be autistic. That's what it is. It's not autism. So he does have autism, but he's just slightly autistic. And he also has dyslexia. And so my sister called me special ed and she got grounded for it. That kid called me a stupid Jew, and he got laughter from it because he's Jewish. He called him a stupid Jew, so they thought it was funny. Both were said to make me feel like I was lacking something. Both of them were low-key right, though. My brain was slow. My drive just wasn't. Drive to me is more important. I wish I was a natural. Like, he wishes he was a natural at doing things, but he has to work hard to get the things that he wants. They just don't come easy to him. Let's see. But drive to be the best is how I became international. But his drive made it so that he's known around the whole world, which is why he's in this bigger home, is because he has more of a fan base than just in the United States. He has a UK fan base, an Australian fan base, and I'm sure there's some other fan bases out there, but he can tour in those countries and sell out shows. Or maybe not sell out 100%, but fill the seats in the shows. So, let's see. So, I remember the rest of you. So if I wasn't lacking something, I wouldn't be driven to make up for what I lacked by working harder than the rest of you. So if he wasn't lacking that, his brain was natural and things came to him, he just wouldn't have that drive. So he wouldn't be working harder to make up for the disability that he has. And so that's why he's became so famous, is what he's saying. So anyway, let's get back into the next section here, where he's talking about, I told her to wait by the vestibule, which is just a nice little rhyme scheme that really has nothing to do with much of anything. But let's get back into it here.
But working harder than the rest of you. I told her wait by the vestibule. She said I need more art in my apartment, but my schedule is filled with me on my computer planning new ideas. I play my album and she realized how much art was made in here. Girl, I don't need inspiration, I'm overflowing with it. I hate when they ask what I do when I lose motivation, because I would love to help, but the truth is I'm rarely shaken with lack of ideas. I was doing this before homework came and then before papers were graded, back before my father left. 7-year-old writing raps about pee in the bed. 8-year-old writing raps but not knowing how to swim. If anyone was made for this shit, I'm fucking him.
Alright, we're going to pause it here because this is he goes into a new scheme after this. So here, he said, I told her to wait by the vestibule. She said I needed more art in my apartment, but my schedule is filled with me on my computer painting new ideas, like making art. I played my album and she realized how much art was made in here. Girl, I don't need inspiration, I'm overflowing with it. I hate when they ask what you do when you lose motivation, because I'd love to help them, but the truth is I'm really shaken. I wish you could give me some of that motivation sometimes. But yeah, he started rhyming when he was young. I mean, he started rhyming at 7. He was writing rhymes and performing them. So that's why he got discovered so young. But so then he goes, with lack of ideas, I was doing this before homework came in. So he's probably doing it in like 5th grade. That's 5th grade when homework seemed to about start coming in. Anyway, and before papers were graded, back before my father left. 7-year-old writing rap about pee in the bed. 8-year-old writing raps about not knowing how to swim. If anyone was made for this shit, I'm fucking him. It's a nice scheme right there. I like that. This next scheme is pretty sweet too. Honestly, if you know what he's talking about, which I'm going to break it down for you, help you understand what he's talking about. So let's get into the next scheme here. He's scheming it up in this. Token is killing it in this, by the way. If I haven't made it clear, he's killing it.
To swim. If anyone was made for this shit, I'm fucking him. My new girl work at Mercedes in Burlington. Now I'm finally learning what the buttons in my car do. Remember Tony Soprano was dating that girl at Mercedes. I don't see myself in him, hope I don't start to. But I don't trust my friends like him, I idolize my dad like him. I turn to food at night for happiness like him. People answer to me like him, even when I don't got the answers. Every rumor that they hear about me's propaganda. People in my life get so confused when they read comments about me, knowing I'm the opposite from how they try to pay me. I'm just a believer that the truth will come to light, and if now isn't my time, then in the future I'll be even more ready, even more deadly. My father's name.
Alright, new scheme. This next scheme is sick too. But so he's going into a new scheme again. So let's get this one diagnosed here. Dissected, not diagnosed, dissected. Using the wrong words. All right, so he says, my new girl work at Mercedes in Burlington. I think Burlington, Virginia, because he's from Virginia, I believe. So Burlington, Virginia. My new girl work at Mercedes in Burlington. Now I'm finally learning what the buttons in my car do, because he's had a Mercedes, but he didn't know what the buttons in that fucker did. He just didn't care. It's just a sign of richness. Remember Tony Soprano was dating that girl at Mercedes. God, I can't think of her name, but she was in the 3rd season, and she ended up killing herself, and she was haunted Tony's dreams for like the next. I mean, she kept coming back into his dreams all the way till almost the end. God, what was her name? Like Gloria, I think, maybe? I think it was Gloria, but I'm not 100% on that. But she worked at Mercedes. So that's what he's saying there. Remember Tony that was dating that girl at Mercedes? And now he said, I don't see myself in him. Hope I don't start to, but I don't trust my friends like him. I idolize my dad like him. I turn to food at night for happiness like him. People answer to me like him, even when I don't got the answers. Every rumor they hear about me is propaganda. Same thing, kind of propaganda. People in my life get so confused when they read about comments about me, because knowing I'm the opposite from how they try to paint me. I'm just a believer that the truth will come to light. And if now isn't my time, then in the future I'll be even more ready, even more deadly. So he's just saying, he's comparing reasons why he would start to feel like he was Tony Soprano, but then also saying that he's really the opposite of that, and the people that really know him know that he's not. That's not him, and he's a believer that the truth will come out in the end. And when it does, he feels that he's going to blow up. That's what he's saying. And if now isn't my time, then in the future I'll be even more ready. I'll be even more deadly. This is that's why he's releasing all this music. This is his record to blow up. Blow up again. But this time he's doing it independently, where everything, his own proceeds for himself. It's going to make him he's already a millionaire, obviously, because he's living in $1 million home. But it's going to make him elite status when it comes to rappers, like up there making the kind of money that like Kendrick, J. Cole, and maybe not Drake, but those big numbers. Anyway, let's get into the next scheme, because the next scheme is pretty clever too. And I think we'll finish out the song from there. So let's go ahead and do that.
My time, then in the future I'll be even more ready, even more deadly. My father's name was Samuel, my mother's name is Leslie, and I never heard Leslie give Sam a nickname before. My dad called her Lesson. I'm the man who showed her more. I'm the man who had to prove it. I'm the man who give the homies motivation. Gotta pretend like I don't notice when they lose it. I'm the man who wants to help, and I'm the man who isn't stupid. And I realize I cannot help everybody that I grew with. The best rapper my age, and I'm so fucking serious. I gotta make funny videos to take myself less serious. I look into the camera like I look into the mirror, and I feel like I'm the only one who see actually fucking me. T, never too different.
Never too different. I'm not supposed to be here. New album coming out soon. Alright, so that was 5 a.m. in Boston. I'm going to call it free verse. Let's go over the last part, the last scheme there, which I really like. My father's name was Samuel. My mother's name is Leslie. I never heard Leslie give Sam a nickname before, but my dad called her Les, and I'm the man who showed her more. That's a fucking that's sick right there. My dad called her Les because her name was Leslie, but I'm the man who showed her more because I'm the man who stayed there when he left. I'm the man that was there for her through her cancer. I'm the man that puts food and shit on the table for everyone now. I'm the one that showed her more. I'm the man who had to prove it. I'm the man who gives the homies motivation. Gotta pretend like I don't notice when they lose it. I'm the man who wants to help, but I'm the man who's not stupid. And I realize I can't help everybody that I grew with. Like, you can't bring everyone up with them. Best rapper my age, and I'm so fucking serious. I got. He really thinks he's the best rapper his age. I'm not sure. I he's up there. He's probably like top 5 for around his age, at least. If we're just going around his age, within like 3-year radius of it, back and forth of it, he probably is up there. Anyway, and he said, I'm so fucking serious. Then he says, I gotta make funny videos just to take myself less serious, because he's so serious all the time. He's got to make videos goofing off, like the one, for instance, the Duck Hunter video that I didn't cover, which is actually a pretty good song, but he's dressed up all gold in there, wearing a chef's hat, and like looks like that, and a chef's like apron, and that looks like he's pretty much all he's wearing. It's a funny video to watch, even though the lyrics are actually pretty good. So anyway, that's an example of the funny videos he likes to make. I look into the camera like I look into the mirror, and I feel like I'm the only one who actually fucking sees me, or who actually fucking sees me. They can't type, apparently. Whoever wrote these lyrics up put the words in the wrong order, because it says only who see actually fucking me. So that ain't right. I feel like I'm the only one who actually fucking sees me. That's what he says. That's what you get what he's saying there, obviously. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I mean, this turned out to be like a 21-minute reaction at least, by the time I'm done with editing and stuff. So, yeah, it was pretty good. I had to break it down quite a bit because he was putting he was putting a lot into it, I felt like. So, show him some love. We're going to cover his album when it comes out. But show him some love in the meantime. Like, subscribe to his channel. He's trying to build. It's going to make it worth more money for when his album does drop, for marketing purposes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my stuff as well. And that's all I got for you guys today. So, peace.